Hello and welcome to a 3v3 cast on Calderis Refinery. Starting off, we have Jorg Apo playing as the Inquisitor. We have Tom Babadil, also known as Forestradio, playing as Lord Commissar. And finally, for the blue team, we have Floid playing as the Ravaner Alpha. Moving on to red team, we have Killer Jebus 7 playing as the Lord Commissar as well. We have Gaius Baltar 2 playing as the Chaos Lord, and we have Marutectz playing as the Force Commander with that Angels of Death DLC scheme. And starting away, Force Commander and Inquisitor already engaging each other here. Scout model going down very quickly here to the Inquisitor. Chaos Lord is also going to be jumping in to support this Force Commander as well. Another Scout model could have died here as well. And Inquisitor is trying to melee down these Scouts, and she will not be able to get her, and she is trying to run away, but she's on 40 HP. If the Chaos Lord or the Force Commander is able to get a melee hit, she will die. In fact, she might even die to the sidearms of the Chaos Lord, and she will. The sidearms of the Chaos Lord and that Force Commander are just going to be a bit too much. Some CSM trying to run away here. Do you have this crane in the way, so I have to rotate that cannon, but the Lord Commissar here for Forest is coming in. Refractor shield now turned on, no upgrades yet onto the Lord Commissar. Is very early for an upgrade, but sometimes you do see players rush for a power sword on the Lord Commissar because of how effective it is against heavy infantry, 50 power melee DPS. Instead we do see Forest is actually getting to a Sentinel Stump instead, which does cost 15 power and is also a very good melee counter, and I'm imagining that he's going to stump these heretics, and heretics will be all stunned and Sentinel will have some time to get away. Force Commander getting very low here, trying to push against this multi-blast turret built by Jorg. Force Commander will be able to get away. Lord Commissar might try and get a res here, but there's some tactical marines and scouts coming in here for Marutectz, and it's going to be very risky. But Lord Commissar behind some green cover that was actually fixed in the most recent patch. Lord Commissar never benefits from cover before that, which is an odd bug, but it's now been fixed, so the Lord Commissar does benefit fully from green cover. And Hammered Witches from that resurrected Inquisitor will be enough to kill that Chaos Lord. Multi-last turret extremely low, actually gets salvaged there by Jorg. Thought he might try and keep it alive, repair up these guardsmen, but I think he can still hold the line here with the Sentinel trying to push away now. Scouts very low here. The Inquisitor's actually going to go in, killing the Scout model there with her plasma pistol sidearm, but again she is very low, and these tactical marines will do a lot of damage to her if she is out in the open and not behind any cover. We do actually have a Sentinel Stump miss here, but Forest has got a Sentinel nearby as well. The Inquisitor having to back away, cracking rounds, activating more effective damage against that Sentinel. But these tactical marines just too low, not behind any green cover whatsoever, even though there's some nearby, so they will get forced away there. Floyd pushing in very aggressively on his side against Killer Jebus 7, who looks like he may have lost a Sentinel perhaps. Did not actually notice if he had built a Sentinel or not. But down to just double guardsman and Catechins. Catechins going to be very effective against these warriors with their power melee against heavy infantry. Lord Commissar coming in here with an execution guardsman doing double damage here. Heretics as well for Gaius Baltar. It was an inspiring champion. Termagant's forced into that tunnel, and heretics are going to try and kill this tunnel. Ravaner also entering tunnel. For some reason the models still appear here, even though the units are inside the tunnel. We also have some executed guardsmen here for Forest. It's going to be a guardsman v guardsman. Catechin, shotgun blast at Lord Commissar. Forest a little bit slow here on a refractor shield. In fact, the refractor shield hasn't run out completely, but Floyd is coming in from the side, and it looks like Killer Jebus is going to be forced away. He's also armed with a power sword as well. Another nice counter to these warriors. Power melee, very good against warriors. Try and get those synapse bombs going off, since you can't really get plasma damage in tier 1. I don't think any unit has plasma damage in tier 1, so power melee is your best bet on the commanders and some units that actually do have power melee. Inquisitor again, Holy Brazier, another power melee weapon, very effective against heavy infantry of these tactical marines, and also very effective against commander armor as well, and does give the Holy Pyre ability as well, which reduces damage of all units as well. Very strong war gear. ASMs need to be careful here, fighting alone against the entire army. Will be forced to jump away to safety before retreating away. Tactical marine model was also lost in the midst of that engagement. Some more executed guardsmen though here for Killer Jebus, these double guardsmen, and the executed guardsmen with that 100% damage boost, making them very strong. Ravaner Alpha going down to some raptors here as he was trying to build a tunnel. And do see Floyd making good use of these tunnels, using them to get himself to safety, getting his army to safety. and Gaius Baltar will end up capping up there. Meanwhile, as Chaos Lord fighting here, trying to chase some guardsmen down with that combi flamer. There is an IED in mid. IED belonging to Forest. Castians fighting Raptors. You need to be a bit careful jumping your Raptors in onto Castians since they do power melee. And do quite a lot of it, in fact. I believe it's 20 power melee per model. And there are 6 models, so I'll let you do the math on that one. But it's 120 power melee DPS. Very strong for a tier 1 squad. And you need to be very careful when you do jump your Raptors in. Make sure those Castians are low. Inquisitor extremely low though. Drop pod going in here for Marutectz. And it looks like there's a Holy Brace. You can see a little bit of the fire going down on these Tactical Marines. But Castian's going to force melee down onto these Tactical Marines. These Castians should be able to win, although they're actually taking a lot of damage from these Tactical Marines firing at range as well. Some more Guardsmen coming in here for Jorg to repair that Sentinel. Sentinel Stomp might be on cooldown, I imagine it is. But Forest has also got his Sentinel. His Sentinel might have Stomp available. It does look like he has got Stomp available. And there we go, landing on 2 out of 3 models, but these Guardsmen still need to retreat away, getting extremely low, down to just 3 models. These Tactical Marines should probably also retreat away, but they look like they actually want to fight these double Sentinels. Model lost though for Maru will hurt. Can reinforce in the field with this drop pod available. So we'll see. And meanwhile, Floid bashing the power of Red Team now onto the other side. 494 VPs to 322. Spot shell. Double spotters by the looks of it. Yep, double spotters here for killing Jebus 7. Very strong if there's a large ranged blob on the enemy team. But I don't think Floyd hasn't got a very strong ranged team. If he went for, 4 Termagants, 5 Termagants, or even more than that, then definitely double spotters, but this could actually just be an Overwatch mistake for killer Jebus. Could always use it as well against mass melee, use the mortar shells to actually prevent melee units from getting into combat, but there's other counters to mass melee if you want to actually do that. In fact, I'm surprised he hasn't got a weapons team, a heavy weapons team, given that Floyd actually has the Raveners on the field right now. But maybe he's worried about that Zoanthrope in tier 2. Rez is trying to go down onto the Inquisitor here. Floyd will be backing away. Forest will remain in combat, and Rez that Inquisitor for Jorg. No weapon upgrades yet onto the Lord Commissar, just Carapace armor. And that Chaos Lord taking a lot of damage, might even go down. He's less than 100 HP, but Hammer of Witches is on cooldown, or the Inquisitor does not have enough energy for it. And that Chaos Lord could still go down. The sidearm of that Lord Commissar will finish him off. He gets shot in the back of the head. And we do have a push here for a killer Jebus 7. This massive range blob, double spotters, Castians, double guardsman is just proving a bit too much right now. But Floyd on his way back out of base. Floyd is already tier 2, getting some Gene Stealers out, and Killer Jebus going for this heavy tier 1 army is actually behind in tech right now, so he does actually need to make the most of this tier 1 army and try and bash this power. But Gene Stealers could be coming in from the flank. There is a tunnel, but there is no other tunnels on the map right now, so they are not able to flank. And surprisingly, Floyd is actually retreating back to base. He does have Warrior, so he can detect these mines on the ground as well. But maybe he was worried about a double artillery shell or even an incendiary shell from these spotters, even though Killer Jebus isn't tier 2. Floyd might not necessarily know that. Can see the artillery shell upgrade actually queued up as well in tier 2. Gives the incendiary shell ability very good against Termagants. And that is a dead Ravaner for trying to build a tunnel in front of an army. Never works out too well. Castians though for Jorg getting extremely low right now. That Thunderhammer Force Commander armed with a Sacred Standard as well. Going to be doing a lot of damage. We have the Rosarius though for the Inquisitor, so she is not going to get knocked back by that Thunderhammer, but she will now that it's run out, and now that she has no energy, she'll be forced away. In fact, she needs to retreat away right now before that Force Commander finishes her off. And Sensor with Missile Barrage. We do have Floyd coming in with this melee army here. Gene Stealers, Homagons, Warriors, all upgraded with the Adrenal Glands, except for Gene Stealers who actually have a Rending Claws upgrade, since there's no such Adrenal Glands upgrade for Gene Stealers. We do actually have an IED here as well. Could get detonated. I'm not sure whose IED is. As far as his IED, maybe Jorg could have pinged that and told Forest to detonate it, since I doubt Forest is going to keep an eye on his IED that he placed a long time ago while fighting in mid. But it looks like some bloodletters coming in to fight these Ogrins. Ogrins will struggle a little bit here against all this melee bloodletters and raptors and a Chaos Lord as well to fight against. We do actually have the stubbornness upgrade in Lord Commissar as well, which will help keep him in melee combat, but these Ogrins are doing very well, killing a Raptor model, killing 2 Raptor models in fact. I believe they had this Aspiring Champion. And also forcing away the bloodletters. Some executions though on the guardsman. Both guardsmen execute at the same time, so that's an extra 100% damage boost on both squads. And that carapace armor does reduce the cooldown of the execution and also reduces the energy cost of the execution as well, meaning you can spam it a lot more often. Machines, those warriors. Pomegranat's chasing very deep into the base here of Killer Jebus, and he has armed his guardsmen with some plasma guns. Very nice choice when fighting warriors. You do want those Synapse bombs to go off and get those Gene Stealers and Homogons to fly around when a Synapse bomb goes off. That big push here from Floid and Forest. A very nice Armory Inferno. Let the galaxy burn, hitting all of Forest's guardsmen here. They're both forced into retreat. No Commissars here, so you can't actually break the retreat with an execution unless he actually executes them with his guardsmen. So we could actually see that come in, but we do actually have some shells coming in and going to knock these Gene Stealers back. Warriors trying to go in here though. We need to be careful. Castians with their power melee and plasma guardsmen as well, and some bloodletters even jumping into the fight here for a Gaius Baltar. We will need to be a bit careful fighting with that army. You're pushing in 476 VPs to 164. Game is looking very much in the favour of blue team right now. Grenade getting thrown onto these Melt Stormtroopers. They're actually panicking and actually walk over that grenade. They will actually go down because of this. Stern Guards will finish them off with their damage over time bolsters, or damage over time ammunition. Inquisitor could also go down here. She is very low. You can see the little green cloud to indicate damage over time from Stern Guard veterans using the Hellfire rounds, I believe. It's the Hellfire rounds anyway. You have 4 types of ammunition: Kraken rounds, Hellfire rounds, Vengeance rounds, and some other rounds which I don't really use that often and don't know the name of. I believe the other rounds which I forgot to mention or forgot the name of are the ones that allow you to do full damage to enemies behind green cover or just behind any cover really. Can't remember what they're called though, which is not very good of me. But double ID is actually going off here, going to take down Tactical Marine model. A second model will be taken out though with the unreliable hit from Forest, trying to defend that VP as Jorg is back in base, reinforcing Stern Guard's veterans here for Marudo. Look a little bit lost, don't want to be kept or get caught out here though. But we do have a big fight here between blue and red team, and this fight is looking somewhat one-sided here for a blue team as they're grouped up together, but Gaius Baltar with very nice Let the Galaxy Burn will catch out a lot of Floyd's army, but these Gene Stealers with their Adrenal Rush are just healing up. Bloodletters under worship, no worship though because these heretics getting forced away extremely low. The charge here from the Ogrins as well coming in is just going to be too much, and Gaius Baltar losing quite a bit here as well. But red team currently with a 1-0 cap, starting to reclaim some of their VPs. A flare gain dropped in here for a Killer Jebus as he tries to push in against Forest and some Swallow Shells. Going to force him away in a little bit of a graphical glitch there. But Forest having to pull back a little bit. And some more guardsmen and death over here. Just see a lot of red popping up, and Force Commander is just trying to walk up here and try and hit these guardsmen. Level 6 Force Commander here for Marutectz. Sentinel Stomp will go off. Castians though, not actually doing anything. These are Forest's Castians actually, so he might not be paying attention to them since he's got the majority of his army over here. Then they've got the wrong Lord Commissar's army. The army of Killer Jebus very grouped up right now, but Forest doesn't actually have a Sentinel Missile upgrade, so no AoE damage for him. I think a Sentinel Missile upgrade is very nice in an IG mirror when all these guardsmen, if you look at how grouped up they all are, can be extremely effective. But Gaius Baltar coming in is going to be forcing Forest away as there's just too much mid for him to deal with. He's actually going to lose some guardsmen here as well. It looks like he didn't retreat them by accident. But Floyd coming in here for a flank on against the IG army. I think he's maybe regretting it. Actually drops down a Tyranid formation though. And looks like a guardsman squad could go down. There's one extremely low here. And stuff is just getting tossed everywhere. And now red team just killing the pillars basically to stop Floyd from being able to just walk mid with a super buffed army. Blue towers did receive a change in the most recent patch, no longer offer damage resistance. But we do have Killer Jebus' army getting forced away. Meanwhile, Jorg is actually down to very little right now. It does look like he's lost quite a few things. He's also lost his Inquisitor once again. Some term guns getting forced away. Oh, reliable could have been really nice in retreat, but because of the elevation here, it makes it very difficult to actually land properly. And did see that I missed, and Marutectz looks like he might push in, go for the power, or he might try and just hold this VP and try and let Red Team come back. Red Team on a triple cap right now, in fact. Starting to make their way back into this game, as they have been down on VPs the entire game. 362 VPs to 125. Blue Team doubling on to bottom side against Marutectz. Stern Guard veterans forced away, tactical marines forced away, ASMs getting slammed on right now, retreating away. Force Commander in the area but pulling out of there. Level 7 in fact, armed with that Thunder Hammer and Sacred Standard, and even the Artificer's armor as well to give him some tankiness. And he's actually going in here. It's a bit mistake, needs to just maybe retreat out of there and avoid fighting for now. That player's starting to hit tier 3, but did actually see Floid with the nuke. Blue Team all tier 3 in fact, Red Team all tier 2 with the exception of Mara, who's in the midst of taking up to tier 3. Tier 3 Lictor here as well for Floid. Could see it leap into combat and actually initiate a fight, although it might be a bit risky to use your Lictor to initiate a fight. Be best to let the Ogres just charge in instead and have Lictor follow up. Let the Galaxy Burn, going to be hitting one squad of Termagants, not going to be hitting the other squad. Raptors is going to be jumping in to assist with that Let the Galaxy Burn damage. Looks like some guardsman went down there. Didn't actually see what unit it was, but none shall fall. Activated on the Lord Commissar here, the Fist of Bbboscasts coming in here for Forestradio. Raptors getting extremely low. Raptors will go down. We do have an Immolate here for the Chaos Lord, but the Immolate not doing too much damage this late in the game. In fact, the Immolate might not be worth it to even use. Might as well just keep your Chaos Lord in range and try and bleed off some models. But Lictor jumping in though, going to land on all these guardsmen here, and do have a rocket run coming in, presumably from Forest. Actually can catch out that Lictor there. Doing a decent amount of damage. That Lictor though, extremely low, will go down though. That's quite an expensive loss here for Floyd. Sentinel also going to go down potentially for Forest. Doesn't look like it will, but Mara is actually getting forced away from mid. Lord Commissar is maybe dead on the ground. They actually have an Orbs of Bombardment going down onto the army of Jorg. And the Thunder Hammer Force Commander actually knocking the Ogres into the nuke. A Guardsman squad also captured in the nuke. In fact, only one Ogre got knocked into the actual nuke. And these Guardsmen are fine. But the Force Commander on 500 HP should be able to get away there. Nukes going off all over the place, and also the Ravaner Alpha currently dead in mid right now. Shows him as having no war gear, but I think Floyd may actually have some. 283 VPs to 125. Bloodletters jumping in here onto some Termagants along with some ASMs here from Maru, but Jorg coming in here from the flank. Bloodletters getting caught here doing a bit of a dance. Inquisitor's armor. Oh, we actually have an Imperial Abyss going down. ASMs do jump in there and then force retreats away. Do actually have Guardsman squad able to get out there. Casterion's very low as well, but Casterion's actually getting pulled in there and will go down. Very unfortunate there for Jorg. But Inquisitor with the Excruciators, very strong ability to snare units into place, but she will actually go down, goes a bit too far, gets killed by some Tactical Marines and some Stern Guard veterans. P-Devs setting up for Marutectz, looks like he wants to make a push for this VP. Forest still with his Castercions defending this VP, but I don't think he wants to move his Castercions given that P-Devs are nearby. He actually does use the Unreliable from the Castercions. Ogre and Zoe coming in. Casterion's is still stealthed even though they use their all-reliable upgrade, not upgrade, but their ability. P-Devs do need to be careful in case of some friendly fire damage, or do actually land a very nice shot onto these Ogrins, catching out pretty much the Ogrins and not the Tactical Marines, but we do actually have some more Ogrins coming in here, this time from Jorg, and they will actually be forcing Mara to just full retreat out there. Can't really do much about some flanking Ogrins. One squad was already difficult enough to deal with. Forest with his Sentinel still alive, Flare dropped into mid. Killer G was trying to push in. He's going to get killed in the Sentinel if Forest is not careful. The plasma weapons doing a lot of damage to the Sentinel. Shotgun blast onto the Lord Commissar. Level 10 in fact. Do also have the Neurophrope as well here for Floid, very strong tier 3 supporting unit. Don't know if you'd call it a sub-commander. I think it's a sub-commander since you can only build one, but Neurophrope offering 4 abilities. You do have some Leman Rusters popping out. Killer Jebus taking up to tier 3 as well. 266 to 125. Predator coming out though for Gaius Baltar, but he has no heretics. You see him buying some heretics, or in the middle purchasing some, but still no heretics. Predator will need to be a bit careful. Nunshot full activated. Vanguard's going to have a rough time here fighting Homogons and Warriors. If Nunshot full is activated, it does affect fellow units. Some Homogons will go down as Fist of Brockers, Lord Commissar running out of range there. And those Termagants do not benefit from that bonus of being so far away. Predator trying to push in here. Leman on the field. Some PDEV shots might actually cause some of these CSM to go down. They're very low right now. And do actually have the Mark of Zinc upgrade. In fact, they might go down. Plasma damage is going to be a bit too much. Do actually have the Neurophrobe knocking units back into a Tyranids formation here against Killer Jebus. And that looked like it could be some dead Catachins here. That units flying around all over the place. Do also have an ability that looks like it's been misplaced onto the ground slightly. It looks like it's a bit of an angle. Neurophrobe though, extremely low. We'll go down to that Force Commander. We will actually get a kill onto that Neurophrobe. That's a very expensive loss there again for Floyd. He's lost a tier 3 Lictor and he's now lost the Neurophrobe as well. Some very expensive sub-commander losses there. Predator still remaining on the field for Gaius Baltar. It does need the heretics onto the field though. CSM coming up with a single model and almost no health. Needs to be very careful with that. PDEV's also going to be setting up mid. 266 to 125. 2 Leman Rusts mid. Very difficult to differentiate between Jorg and Forest since they're both using the same skin or a very similar skin. One's a slightly darker, you know, like a more tan colour, and one's a bit more grey. So the one that's a bit more grey is Jorg, and the one that's a bit more tan and red is Forest. But Floyd buying some more Gene Stealers, card effects on the field as well. Some very heavy hitting units now for a blue team. We do have the Predator as well for a red team, and a loss of infantry as well. We also have some nukes available. Killer Jebus actually has enough for a rocket run. Gaius Baltar and Marutectz both very close to their respective nukes as well. Floyd coming in here with a little bit of an army here, coming in for a bit of a flank. Some Vanguard veterans going to be jumping in and need to focus down these warriors. Their power melee very effective against warriors, but there's just so much units here that they're going to get overrun and going to be forced away here. Force Commander coming in with that Thunder Hammer, and we'll start knocking units back and forth. Predator also reversing in style here and trying to stop blue team from actually being able to push in from this flank. Meanwhile, red team also set up in mid, also killing some units on retreat because Floyd has to run diagonally back to his base. Army Inferno though going to catch out some guardsmen of Jorg. Force Commander for Marido extremely low, will go down in the end though. You can see that Sacred Standard giving a damage bonus to all units in the area because he has gone down. Benefit going from 25% to 40% I believe. Bonehead actually getting sniped there by the Predator before the squad retreats out of there. Ravaner Alpha nearly going down. Vanguard veterans slightly too slow jumping in here. These could be some dead Gene Stealers. They will be some dead Gene Stealers. 266 VPs to 87. The Inquisitor also going down as well. A rocket run here from Forest will do a massive number here on Killer Jebus. There's also some spawn mines as well to help finish off those guardsmen. Barb Strangler Carnifex as well. Nunshot full activated once again. Don't think that actually affects spawn mines, otherwise I'm not sure how that worked. But Imperial Abyss as well, going to prevent blue team from capping his VPs, some stormtroopers, or not some stormtroopers, but some Cadian Cascans trying to cap. We also have an important bombardment which will take out the bunker that are supporting the Lemans and Carnifex. Blue team actually able to cap that VP. Leman Rust will go down. Ravaner Alpha also going to go down here. And Vanguard veterans gain very low, but looks like they will make it out of here. Homogons and Warriors desperately trying to cap a Manticore Strike coming in here as well. Manticore Strike will end up missing. Predator though getting quite close to killing that Leman. Will need to back away. That Barb Strangler Carnifex does actually do plasma cannon damage, so it's actually effective against all targets. Definitely need to be careful of that. You don't want your vehicle to get hit by a Barb Strangler Carnifex. This Last cannon though could actually hit the Leman Russ here, but it doesn't actually have any vision anymore. But Lord Commissar is just running in there with that Fist of Baracus, doing so much damage with the stubbornness bonus. Although the stubbornness bonus is very small right now. But also none shall fall. Very difficult to kill an army of IG which has stubbornness, none shall fall, and even the Carapace armor for the extra tankiness, since he needs to focus down Lord Commissar, and he is going to be healing so much with the stubbornness if you have enough army to support him. But Jorg pushing in once again. Vanguard Veteran Zone, Force Commander, going to prove too much for these Ogrins, especially when they don't have their Bonehead upgraded VP, remaining neutral, 253 VPs to 77 Sentinel, trying to get some long range shots. Vanquisher Cannon on this level 3 Leman Russ as well, going to be doing a nice job of picking off models from great distance. And for the Emperor activated onto these Vanguard Veterans, but some Catachin Devils just remaining here throughout this entire game. Shotgun Blast going to let Marutectz know that Forest is actually there with those Catachins as well. Manticore Strike will go off. Will pretty much hit just the Force Commander. Vanguard Veterans jumping in here though. Well, not jumping in, but walking in here though. And they're going to regret that decision. You can see them backing away. I think the Force Commander is getting a res onto the Chaos Lord, I can't tell, but he actually is. Both of them missing their icons above their head. That's just a bug when they've died in the game. And Caden Caskins here for Forest, still alive. Level 2, armed with plasma guns, and you can see them with that Sergeant upgrade as well. Killer Jebus looks like he wants to make a push here with Gaius Baltar. But for now, mid just remains a bit of a standoff. And Floid is coming in here with some of his melee units. We do have some Gene Stealers, no Rending Claw upgrade yet, but you can see them at mid-purchase. And Warriors with their Adrenal Glands have been there the entire game. Level 4 now. A Land Raider Phobos though for Gaius Baltar. CSM getting low. Oberon's trying to go in, but the Dirge Caster on that Land Raider Phobos will stop them from getting any further. We do actually have the Bionic Ally upgrade. You can see how quick these Ogrins are, and there goes the Dirge Caster to stun these Ogrins. Does have quite a big radius. Actually got nerfed the radius in the previous 2.5 patch. Very nice Manticore Strike, nearly wiping this heavy weapons team with that Factor Shield, saving that lead model. And that could be a dead Ogrin squad here, but none shall fall is activated on that Lord Commissar. It's going to help keep him alive. Predator trying to push in with that Land Raider Phobos. The Phobos is a bit low. The Vanquisher Leman Russ doing a lot of work. We do actually have Jorg coming in here as well. Leman forced away though. That was Jorg's Leman, Forest's Leman, still in the field though, just sitting next to this repair bunker and trying to kill units from range with that Vanquisher Cannon. Do actually have a rocket run here on Floyd. Is going to get very close to killing these Warriors. Killing these Warriors would have been really good here for Killer Jebus. Do actually have a counter nuke going off. Counter nuke will prevent Killer Jebus from actually getting a cap, and this is actually going to be a very nice nuke. Red team very low on VPs, 5 VPs. It's a 2-0 cap in fact. Chaos Lord isn't going to be in time, and even if he was, this VP would actually bleed the VPs dry, and red team will be able to win after blue team will be able to win after losing many units on the field. Red team did bleed quite a lot, but were unable to actually hold the VPs and were unable to bleed the VPs.